We've been learning about elapsed time in math class, and elapsed time is simply just a fancy way to say how much time passed during an event. How long did something take? So let's do number 17. It says Marcus visited his friend's house from 11:50 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. How long was his visit? So make sure that you have that question in mind so that you know what to answer at the very end. So let's go ahead and draw our timeline. And you know that Marcus started his visit at 11:50 a.m. AM, of course, means morning time, and PM is afternoon into evening. So some of you do like to just skip by the hour first. So you can go from 11:50 to 12:50 p.m., 12:50 p.m. to 1:50, 1:50 to 2:50, and from 2:50 figure out, how much time until 3:15. You can do that. However, in class, we talked about a different way, and that is to go ahead and get rid of the, let me erase that. Sorry, it's not very neat. To get rid of the minutes first. So let's say that you start off at 11:30. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 11:50, isn't it? I'll get this right. 11:50 a.m. So let's go to the next hour. 11:50 to 12 p.m. How many minutes have elapsed from 11:50 to 12 p.m.? That's 10 minutes. And then after you get to 12 p.m., it's easier to skip the rest of the hours. So 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and the ending time was 3:15. So how much time elapsed from 3 p.m. to 3:15? And that's only 15 minutes. Let's mark all the other jumps. 1 hour here, 1 hour here, 1 hour here. And let's add all of the jumps that we did. If you total up all of those hours and minutes, you will know that Marcus spent 3 hours and 25 minutes at his friend's house. So that's how you do a timeline when you're given the beginning time and the ending time. Let's do number 18. Mr. Nelson took 3 hours, 30 minutes to decorate his classroom. He started at 9:20 a.m. What time did he finish? So this one is a little bit different because they already give you the hours and minutes to skip. Let me show you how that works. So the beginning time was 9:20 a.m. And the problem told us that it skipped, or he decorated his class for 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we go ahead and do this. So starting at 9:20, it's 1, 2, 3 hours, 2, 3 hours, and 30 minutes is how long he took to decorate his classroom, right? So let's label the timeline. 9:20 a.m., 10:20 a.m. That's 1 hour. 10:20 a.m., 11:20 a.m. That's the next hour. 11:20 a.m., 12:20 p.m. And then 12:20 p.m. plus 30 minutes, we know, is 12:50 p.m. So the answer to what time did he finish, you know that he finished at 11:50 p.m. And that is the answer. Okay? All right, so moving along to this next one. Number 19. Mrs. Martin's flight landed at 2:25 a.m. The flight was 4 hours, 45 minutes long. Again, they told us how long it was. What time did the flight take off? All right, so this is going to be a backwards timeline. And let me show you how that's done. So it tells you that it landed at 12:25 a.m., right? Now we're going to have to go backwards this way. So instead of adding on the hours, you're going to have to subtract the hours, right? Because we're trying to find out what time the flight took off. So let's skip the 4 hours and 45 minutes that it told us. So here's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and bloop, 45 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and make these marks. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, and 45 minutes for the last one. All right, so let's go backwards. Starting at 2:25, 1 hour less, 1:25 a.m., 1 hour less, 12:25 a.m., 1 hour less, 11:25 p.m. now because it's before midnight, right? And then another hour less, 10:25 p.m. And now we have to go backwards from 10:25 until the time that the flight took off. Now, some of you needed your Judy clock, and that is absolutely fine. Okay, feel free to use the Judy clock if you need to, and to figure out the beginning time. And I'm just going to tell you it's 9:40 p.m. is when it took off. Let me show you the strategy that we learned the other day. If you want to find out how many minutes 45 minutes less is, starting at 10:25, do the subtraction that I taught you. You can't do 25 minutes minus 45 minutes, so you regroup the 1 hour, and then you add the 60 minutes to the 25 minutes. So 60, 70, 85. Then you subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. And then you're left with 9:40. Voila. And that is what time the flight took off. So that is how you figure out the beginning time, the ending time, and the other elapsed time that we have been learning about. I hope this has been helpful. And parents, email me if you have any questions.